Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin.
And 15 PCA.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter at C15 Podcast. This is the season finale, episode 15 review of Star Trek Discovery, Will You Take My Hand? Another terrible title.
All these titles all the whole season have been stupid.
They've been kind of dumb. And right off the bat, it sucked.
It was probably the worst episode. Not what we're usually expecting from the series. It was just bad writing. It just was.
Yeah,
terrible.
it's just like everything wrapped up super fast, and it's like, well, I guess all that's over with.
Yeah, and like Crimson was saying before too, before we recorded that. Yeah, they tug on your heartstrings at the end, but it doesn't make up for.
Yeah, it doesn't make up for the rest of the series.
No.
So we start out the episode, and you see a bunch of Klingon ships right outside in the Sol system.
Yeah.
Right outside Jupiter.
Yeah, and you're like, where's the Federation ships? What's going on here? I mean,
Yeah, they're literally like right outside by the moon.
There's like usually I think Jupiter's right there. Yeah.
So they're pretty close, and they're right there knocking on our front door. It's really weird that they never attacked. They were just kind of hanging out. It's really
weird.
dumb.
Yeah.
So we get back to the Discovery, and Giorgio is, captain, and she's just being a mean old nasty B-word.
Yeah, like you're not trying to act like a Federation captain at
Oh, no.
all.
She's not hiding the fact that she's Terran.
No.
She's like talking crap to the people on the bridge. She's making them feel stupid. She's, it's like the scanning. Well, I don't care about that stuff. Just do it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
real
like,
nice.
And then putting down Sue in front of everyone like you're less than nothing.
Sue, have you gotten tough? Like she's like, it's so weird. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's such a dumb app.
And everyone's looking at her like, what the heck is going on here?
So, and then this whole time you hear Mike is like doing a monologue about like this warrior princess lady and a warrior woman's talking to a general. How do you know what fear is? And all this other stupid crap. I'm like, is that a real story? Can someone out there tell me, is this an actual real like thing, or did she just make this up?
No, here's the thing. I know it's supposed to sound kind of inspirational, like a story there, but it just comes off as stupid and dumb. It just comes off as dumb.
Of course it's a female soldier talking to a general because Michael
What is this, Joan of Arc? I mean,
Wait, I don't understand. It's just it's weird because it plays off at the end, but it's the dumb payoff. She's being mean to everyone, and then like even Michael starts talking to Giorgio like, "Oh, so where were you from? What did you like?" They start having this huge like bridge crap talking fest. Reminds me of the first episode.
Yeah.
Or all this contention.
I didn't like that, but here's a funny thing though, because like we were saying, we think with Giorgio Michael got mad at her because she was putting down Suru, but this is the bridge. You can't be.
And you're on a mission to save the Federation. Just shut the hell up.
Yeah, exactly.
just everyone shut up.
Just calm down.
Can we do that? So of course then Giorgio's like, "Oh, Mike, let's go for a walk." So they start walking around, and then she's explaining to her, you got to do what it takes, and you're basically just calling everything about this universe is all weak. Mm-hmm. They told me because I knew what had to be done, and I had the strength. And Mike's trying to get, so what's the real plan? And she like grabs her by the arm, and he's like, "Don't ever do that again." And it never comes up.
Yeah,
that's another one little point. Like, maybe she's gonna try to grab her arm again, and then she's gonna attack her.
No, that's something that was out there that never got.
No, they just throw it out there, and nothing ever comes of it.
Yeah. And
she won't tell the plan or whatever, and then she's just being mean, rude, and nasty like she always is. It's just this whole episode ugh. They go and interrogate the female Klingon for information because they figured out, okay, we know where all the caves are, but we didn't know where's the safest place to land. And then they're like, well, we don't know, so let's go talk to the Klingon lady. They go talk to her, and they do it straight up. She's beats the crap out of her to interrogate.
Well, she electrocuted her first, so she's kind of like out of it, and then she goes in
she drops the shield door, and then she does like a ninja karate ass whooping. She's kicking her and roundhouse kicks and stuff. It's like, what's going on?
I mean, I'm surprised that I know they don't have a security chief right now, but someone said, "Hey, stop that! You can't do that."
It's just a whole thing on Gitmo. Is this what this is?
I mean, it's what it feels like.
It's just so silly.
And it's done. The problem is when they try to do political messages, they're done in such a stupid, haphazard way. It's just silly. It just comes off as dumb.
It's so funny because after I'm watching, I'm like, okay, she's beating her up. Okay, she's beating her up. Okay, she's beating her up. Oh, okay, she's beating her up.
Stop! She's not going to tell you anything.
It's just they became a thing that she's doing it at pleasure at that point.
Oh yeah,
yeah, just beating her, and it's so funny because, and then the Klingon is defiant as ever. Oh, this war is over when you guys are destroyed or whatever. I'm like, oh, whatever. And it's funny. This whole episode is every time they find a way to solve a problem, there's always a better way to solve it. Mm-hmm. Because then they go and talk to Lieutenant Tyler. Oh, he has all of Volk's memories, so technically he has everything.
Yeah.
So he knows Kronos, the homeworld, everything.
He was a high-ranking Klingon, so he would know all this stuff.
And then they're talking to him in his quarters, and he's like doing this little fisherman's knot thing, and it's like, oh, I guess it was a boating person.
But I like how they just said that now. I know they did kind of mention it when he was in prison with Lorca that he liked to sail, but like if it's coming back now,
yeah, it's like making these nods.
All this time later now, okay.
So he's like, yeah, I'll tell you anything you want. And George and Tara and Giorgio's just, I don't know what this thing is. It was a Klingon. She doesn't even like talk to Lieutenant Tyler as if he's a sentient being.
Yeah, she thinks he's nothing because the fact that he has Klingon stuff in him now, he might as well just be dirt to her.
Yeah, he's worthless to the Klingons and he's worthless to us. Why are we even talking to this thing? And Michael's like, we're talking to him.
Yeah,
he's just
she's got information. Yeah.
So he goes, oh. You show him like this the map of Kronos. He's like looking around all the river of this, the mountain of that. He's like, oh, here, this is a place to land because it used to be an old temple. There was a guy before Kahless, and then Kahless beat him up, and then they said,
oh yeah, in the history of Klingons.
Yeah, in the history of Klingons. I don't remember who this Klingon guy was. They're like, oh, that's the thing where the Orions like built a little mini city,
like an enclave, which just makes sense. I could see maybe an embassy, but I don't think the Klingons.
Yeah, it's like
especially these Klingons.
Yeah, especially how disgusting these Klingons are. Like, why would they let these people there? It's about purity and everything. Why would they have aliens on their home planet?
Especially aliens that are like gangsters and thugs, and that one.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So everything they said about the Klingons somehow they didn't apply it to the Orions.
And it's funny because Giorgio did say a line, go, well, they're thugs and outlaws, and the line go, Giorgio's like, and then Mark's like, they're here like that too. So
yeah, so
same thing. No difference.
It's like, oh, that's nice to know. Yeah. So they he finds it goes, we need to land here. So they find out that's the place they're going to land. And from this point on, as soon as they get to Kronos, it becomes like Star Wars.
Oh yeah, like even their clothes before they even transport. I mean, it came out of like, if you told me that was from like Empire, I'd believe it.
Yeah, because they're wearing kind of like leathers, and they look like how you would imagine, someone going to Tatooine, and you know.
Was this the Solo trailer?
Yeah,
it's what it looked like.
it just the costume designs, and I just didn't like it.
I mean, and also from this point, it gets worse. It just gets.
There
worse.
was a funny little scene where right before they get all suited up, she's like, "Oh, I want someone on our away team," and then I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna be Tilly." So Tilly shows up, and she thinks it's the real Giorgio. She's like all bubbly and happy. Oh, I read so much about you, and then she starts talking to her, and she realizes, oh, this has to be the other one.
Yeah,
and then she's like, it's not her. And then Michael goes, no, it's not her.
And then she does a little Terrence look. Don't do that here.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't need to do that. So then Tilly goes from bubbly and happy to like when she gets like nervous, so she gets really quiet and mousy.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, when I remember the fun times we had when we like I guess they enslaved the
Sekla 3 and
and
Sekla 3 they destroyed it. She's like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, and then maybe you're not so much different from the Tilly in my world. And she's like, yeah, she's completely 100% different.
Yeah, she's totally different. She's a good person. And she's like touching her hair. I'm like, were they lovers? I don't know. It's weird.
I do agree with Giorgio. She goes, this is awful. So he touches her hair with the curly things, and he's like, oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's so stupid. So much volume. Like, just do the flat, straight hair.
It just looks crunchy.
Yeah,
it's just unpleasant.
She looks like Merida. That's what she looks like.
Yeah, it's just all that was like a little comedy relief.
Yeah,
and it was kind of funny. I give him points for that. But it just is. There's such a high tension with everything going on, and it's like
it's so dire straits. She would be doing jokes. I mean, it's
cracking weird jokes like that. So they get all their Star Wars clothes on, and they're going to make a jump into to Kronos, and they make a spore jump into one of the caves. I'm like, man, that must have took some crazy concentration on Stamets.
Paul says, I got it. I know this now. I can do this now.
That was a pretty cool move.
It was. And the ship looked great. The ship shots looked amazing.
Yeah, every time they show the outside of the ship, and I cannot fault the special effects. In Discovery, they're all pretty great.
Yeah, they are.
And so they're on planet, and they get teleported to that Orion city thing, and it's a Star Wars thing. Bunch of like drunkard people hanging out in the alleys. Some Klingons taking a 3-way piss, and there's prostitutes everywhere. It's like ridiculous.
So I guess now we know Klingon have 3 P's. How come Worf never mentioned it? I don't know.
Worf never gave us the goods on that. It's just so ridiculous. Like, is this like the weird shock value stuff? So like, I'm not even understanding. So their plan is to get down to the cave lines, and they're going to release a drone, and it's going to map where all the stuff is. Okay, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So they're down in this city, and like, what are they doing in the city? They're trying to get information to find out exactly where that temple is.
Yeah.
So they're walking around trying to get information. They're selling guns to this one Orion lady, and then they're like, "Oh, these are blah 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 disruptors, and they can't be detected, and all this kind of stuff."
I know the atmosphere. Another thing is it's weird. The atmosphere already looks blank, but Praxis hasn't been destroyed yet. It would look like Archer's time. It looked like clear blue skies. So
yeah,
why is
but
it
I think they went for that gritty, dirty.
Again, not knowing the canon. Again, they don't know the canon, so they just
we just thought, well, maybe Praxis already blew up.
But it wouldn't make no sense. It's not supposed to happen yet.
But then later on, we see the moon practice that's there, and it's perfectly fine.
Oh, it's stupid.
See, maybe it was just one of those days where it was like a dark, dreary looking. I don't know.
But that always looks like that in the Next Generation time.
So they get to this. They get to this part where like, oh, we need to like Scooby Doo. We need to split up and find some clues. So they all kind of go their own ways.
Yeah, and oh my, and they
go to a strip club.
Yeah, it is literally a strip club. And like it's like one line girl, she's wearing next to nothing.
She's wearing stickers like
and a G-string. That's it.
The pasties over her nipples, and that's it. Yeah. And it's a full blown. I want to say it's like a cat house. It's a prostitution place.
Yeah, and then this is how they split up. Giorgio goes with two.
Yeah, Giorgio sits there, and she's like, "Hey," she talks to one of the male Orions, and one of the, how much is this for some me time? Something like that. And she's like, "Oh, bring your friend along too." It's like, Giorgio, you're getting two. She's going 2 for 1, and then like.
Yes, tell you want to go there and tell. He's like, God, no.
I'm not going to have some freaky 4-way with this Darren version of... And then Tilly's completely out of place. And that's kind of like a comedy of the situation because she's like super clean cut. It's the equivalent of taking like a Mormon into a strip club because she's just sitting there like, oh no, this is wrong.
Or a very good person that's a moral person and has, values.
Yeah, so she's just sitting there with the little case that's supposed to be the drum. Yeah. She's like just holding it all close to her chest.
I almost feel like she was going to do like that little cry that one girl does on Bob's Burger. I don't know her name.
Oh, yeah, with the eldest daughter.
Yeah, no, she's I don't know what to do because she's such a good person. She doesn't know what to do.
Sorry, hyperventilating.
Yeah.
But at that point, I thought, oh, maybe she's trying to get away from Tilly, knowing that she wouldn't be down with that and she's going to go do something evil. She kind of doesn't.
Now, again, things that led up to what we thought was done because it was dumb writing. It's just, I'm sorry.
So then Mike and Lieutenant Tyler go off in their own little way, and they see that there's some gambling game. It's like on the ground, you like roll dice, and I don't even know if this is if it even has like real rules. No, Trek fans always try to figure out.
I'm sure they're going to make rules. They have to.
So he's like, hey, I know how to play this game. If I can get, on these sides, maybe I can get some information. Yeah. So he goes in, he starts playing, and they're pushing each other.
And he knows how to say the language, and he talks clean on, and then you can see Michael's face like, oh my goodness, is he starting to...
She's starting to get a little bit of flashback because last time he was going full clean on, and he was trying to kill her.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, I gotta get out of here. So she just kind of...
And then the funny thing, Mike even went, and then Taylor went so far to tell Michael Burnham, I remember when I was Volk doing this, and he thought it was the only thing that was lucky in his life. That's why he was a good gambler. And like, okay, you know a little bit too many details.
Well, because he has all of his memories. Yeah. Because Volk grew up because he had that weird albino skin, so everyone treated him like crap. So he thought, well, all my unlucky things in life made me lucky in gambling.
Yeah.
So it's like, and he's in there and he's gambling, they're laughing.
And then he's like a clean on. He knows how to,
So it just made Burnham really, really like she didn't like it. So she walks off, does her thing, and we got Tilly smoking weed with freaking Clint Howard.
They're Ron Clint Howard.
It's so weird because he's like got this little, I don't know, like a smoke thing. He's like putting powder in it and he's like inhaling the vapors. And it's like, why would Tilly even walk over there?
Yeah.
Just sit where and watch the strip show. You don't need to go smoke weed with this crazy guy.
Nothing we thought was going to lead to something. We thought, she's not keeping an eye on Giorgio, so now she's going to do something.
I never
came with that either.
So she starts smoking that stuff and kind of gets knocked out. I'm thinking, the guy's going to try to steal this stuff. But it gets like handcuffed to her.
So that's why. No, it's sad. That's the reason why they probably handcuffed it to her.
Because someone's going to steal it, right?
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
And then, Mike, Lieutenant Tyler's like, yeah, those guys didn't know anything. And then they start talking, and we get some Mike's backstory about how her real parents died. Because apparently, when she was a child, she didn't say how old. I don't think she did. They're on Mars, and then she
they're going to Mars, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, she begged her parents to stay because she wanted to watch a supernova or something. Yeah. And I guess the Klingons attacked.
They got that close to Mars.
It's so weird.
That would never happen.
So the dad shoved her in a closet to hide her away. She goes, she didn't see anything, but she heard it. The dad was killed. The mom was killed. And then the Klingons just sat there and like ate their food and were laughing and chucking it up while she's like hiding in the closet after her parents just got slaughtered.
I know they claim the suicide bombing is destroying the space stations, but does it seem like to you the Federation only has like 50 ships? Yeah, they should have like 500, 600, 700 ships. This is what it feels like. And the Klingons are fractured, but they seem to have thousands of ships.
And they can just get that close to things and just slaughter people and all these things. So I guess that gives Michael's backstory why she kind of hates Klingons so much. Because, I mean, if you were put in a closet and you had to hear your parents get killed, But
they were supposed to go to a planet where there's going to be a supernova. There's only been 3 recorded supernovas in the Federation history, according to Voyager. But we don't know the canon in this series. So
it's funny. They might bring something up like that up and they just not even look it up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a weird thing, but it kind of gives backstory to Michael. Whatever.
Now, first of all, I don't like Michael that much, so it doesn't really do anything for me.
So we get and then Lieutenant Tyler's like, well, I understand why you hate them and why you hate me. And it's like, well, you're not him anymore. I really thought that maybe Volk was going to come back in his
mind.
But
that never happened.
Again, another thing that I thought might be kind of cool never happens.
Nope.
It's just, I don't know. So we cut back to Tilly and the guy's trying to steal the case off her arm. I thought that, well, thank God that's the least that he was trying to do. At least he wasn't trying to, like, rape her or something.
I hate to say it, the way the series is going, I thought she was going to be in a bed chamber somewhere, seriously, and they were trying to take off her clothes or something.
So he's trying to steal the thing, and then she's like, no, shame on you. She, like, slaps him. It's, like, so silly. She's such a silly character in this scenario. And then he's like, oh, wow, you're passed out. I'm Orion. What do you expect? It's just like this awful person. But he was cutting at the briefcase, and then she opens it up. And she sees that it's not that drone. So that whole plan about mapping the planet was a farce.
Yeah.
It's a freaking, like, super hydro bomb.
Oh, yeah.
She goes, she gets on the phone to talk to her phone. I'm an idiot. Her communicator.
Communication.
to talk to Michael. And she's, like, talking super loud.
Yeah, I'm like, why
Shut your mouth!
I mean, literally, the Orions are clear. Like, oh, this woman's got a bomb. Let's attack her. What are you doing, Tilly?
This thing's a bomb. And she's talking to that, and then...
just have her go to a private place, seclusion, and do it. I mean, and say, hey, by the way...
Oh, yeah. This episode's so all over the place. But right before that, Giorgio's done having sex with those two slaves.
She screwed him, yeah.
Yeah, she full had sex with them. She's like laying in the bed chamber in a little corset and a little panties, and I'm like, oh jeez. And then one of the slaves is straight up like, oh, you were so good. We shouldn't have to charge you. I'm like, what's a Duke Togo?
Okay, Duke Togo is a character from Go-Go 13. It's one of my favorite animes. He's an assassin, and he's always so good. They even don't even pay him for sex.
Prostitutes pay him. That's how good he is.
I mean, we're almost think of him. He's like, he's starting to get into like Chuck Norris territory. Yeah. He's so good at everything. That's what he is.
So Giorgio is so good at sex that the prostitutes are like, oh, no charge. And then she's like, oh, maybe we can exchange some information. And she pulls out her gun and like, tell me where this temple is. So they're doing all these things to find out where this temple is. But it's like, that was her whole plan, was to go have sex and freaking point a gun at someone.
And it's funny because at the same time, they're starting to get pieces, but they're doing it the right way. She's just doing it by way of force.
Oh, yeah, because Lieutenant Tyler saw a couple of Klingons order 3 drinks, drink 2 of them, and light one on fire. And I guess that's like something you do for that a
house, and they know where the temple is.
Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go talk to them. So it's like, oh, they're figuring it out like the normal way. She's like doing it the cutthroat kind of way.
That's how she is.
And then, Giorgio shows up and hears Tilly telling him the plan, and she straight up punches her in the face.
Yeah. So
Tilly gets knocked out, and then Michael Burnham's like, oh, something's wrong with Tilly. So her and Lieutenant run back to the bar to find her, and then she's like, fine. After getting punched in the face like that, wouldn't she have like a broken nose?
And the way she punched her, like,
right in the freak.
Like that, you could kill someone doing that.
Yeah, she like palm thrusted her right in her nose area.
Could kill someone, yeah.
So she like has no facial, nothing. Like, wouldn't she have like a bloody nose at least?
I know, right?
Yeah, they kind of just like skip that, and then she's like, oh yeah, it's a bomb that's gonna ignite. It basically turns all the water into vapor. So all that pressure builds up, and it literally will destroy the whole planet's going to turn into garbage. And Michael Burnham's like, we can't do that. That's wrong. Even though a bunch of Klingons are going to kill every man, woman, and child on Earth.
On Earth's doorstep. And all why they're taking so long to get to Earth. At that point, just warp it. You get there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So she finds that out, and she's like, oh, she tells Subaru about it, and Subaru's like, oh, the bomb's already on its way, because apparently this temple is so close to that club, Giorgio got there in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
She like jogged there. I don't know.
And she drops it in like a perfect well, just right where you could put it in. It's like,
and there's a funny thing about this. I thought for sure they were going to show this temple. They just show like one little tiny room in the temple.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like they went cheap on the. They didn't want to have to do.
Just give me like these two next, like Next Generation was a faraway shot.
Like there's mountains and you see like the
temple and the Klingon symbol, the 3 little things, and then the circle.
Yeah, but it's like straight to that room, and she already has the bombs on its way, and then you get this whole situation where, I guess it's taking a while for the bomb to get to where it needs to go.
Yeah.
And then Michael basically gets back onto the Discovery, and they're talking to the Admiral, this isn't the Federation way, and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, big old speech, this isn't our ideals, and I tried to do it that way before, and it was wrong. Except for, A, your plan sucked, and it wouldn't have worked. This plan, A, would work.
Yeah.
Sorry, Michael, your stupid plan in the first episode would not have worked.
If this was, you already had this would be like, okay, if you already, the Klingons about to sign a peace treaty, that's wrong. That's not what's going on here. They're about to destroy you.
They're going to kill every man, woman, and child on the planet Earth. This is like the whole concept of when the United States dropped the nuclear bomb on Japan?
Yeah.
Is this they're making that parallel? We could have done it a different way.
No, we couldn't have.
So I'm thinking, well, the only way to stop this is if we come up. She has a plan. Yeah. I'm like, but what plan could she have that could turn everything around?
That's gonna make sense. That's the thing.
So as an audience member, we don't know what the plan is. She convinces the Admiral of her plan. So they get her down to the temple.
And Suru even backs it up, which, come on, Suru.
Yeah, Suru went down a notch again.
Yeah,
he was climbing, he went back a notch.
A little bit.
Oh, we're not going to do that. Oh, jeez.
The enemies were at the barbarians are at the gate.
Yeah.
It's a little different when you're staring down the Terran Empire city ship because it's only you. You've made that sacrifice. You're willing to sacrifice your lives. These are Earthlings. They never sign up for the Federation.
If your stupid little plan doesn't work, all of Earth is lost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ridiculous. That's why this is the worst episode.
Yeah, just from the writing. That's what makes it even worse.
Cisco would not have done that.
No.
Cisco would have said that plan is stupid. I'm going to do the first plan. Sorry for the Klingons getting all blown up, but blown up Earth or blown up Kronos. Those are your two options.
There's no choice.
So they convinced Starfleet, okay, stop it, whatever. Go down there, go talk to her. And again, I thought they couldn't transport there.
And she gets right there. Give me something. Oh, we could transport you outside the temple, but that way we give you a map, so we already mapped it thanks to Georgiou, and we'll know how to get there. Give me something.
And that's the thing. They didn't want to guarantee they were running out of money, and they didn't want to have to make a set or pay for CGI. So she's just in there, and she's like, they had their little talk again because Michael can talk anyone out of anything.
Oh yeah.
She has the power of super persuasion.
Yeah.
So she's talking to her and everything, and she's like, here. Starfleet said you can have your freedom. I don't know. It's a get out of jail free card. I don't know what the hell she did.
I wanted to see the friggin' Monopoly money back.
Yeah, I know, right? She gave her a get out of jail free card from Starfleet signed by all the admirals. So she's like, you don't have to blow up the planet. Yeah. You still have your freedom. Get out of here. And of course, she kind of wants to do it because she's evil.
And she's an evil empress.
Yeah. And then she's like, oh, I'll even kill you, Michael. She puts a gun to, she has the gun. She's like, oh yeah, you're going to have to kill me and watch me die again. And of course, Georgiou gives up because she can't bear to lose Michael again. No.
Again, she's so amazing. Again, they didn't say it there, so we were good here. We didn't hear any praising yet.
But it was like another thing where Michael's the key to everything.
I know. I'm sick of it.
So they turn off the bomb, and I'm thinking, what's the plan? What was this amazing plan that's going to fix everything?
Then all of a sudden you see Taylor, and you see that Klingon woman there.
Yeah. She's in her full white armor and everything. She comes down, and then she's telling her, hey, there's a bomb under your planet. It's going to blow up and kill everyone. She's like, oh, you brought me here to gloat to my face? She's like, no, you have to make a choice and make a stand, and I'm going to give you this power. So she gives her the data pad that has the power to blow up this bomb, to blow up her own planet, to the Klingon lady, and then she's going to use that as leverage to become the new Empress?
The new Chancellor. It makes no sense.
What?
I've known, from what I can tell from reading books and from watching all the Star Trek series, there's never been a female Chancellor, ever, in the Klingon history. There have been women on the council.
Who sat on the council.
To get special dispensation, but they never became chancellor, ever, in any of the history. Even when they became a democratic government for 10 years, they didn't have a female leader.
This is what blows my mind. So this stupid plan is to get this woman to unite the houses under gunpoint.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
First of all, how would they believe her? First of all, you have to show. Give me. Oh, here's the map. Here's it going right now. You can see this camera's connected to the drone. Give me something.
Nothing. She just shows the data pad. Oh yeah, this thing will let me blow up. And why don't they just attack her right there on spot?
Yeah. Stupid.
It's so ridiculous. Was this Hillary Clinton's last ditch plan to win the presidency? I will blow up the whole country if you don't make me president. Is that what this was?
As she's coughing her way to the White House. No, but it's ridiculous. And then the ships just leave Earth. They leave Earth.
Yeah, it's the dumbest plan ever.
This sounds like something I expect from a Scooby-Doo plot. Like, in terms of just silliness.
Like, how silly. I thought, what kind of crazy plan is she going to come up with? So she had a non-destructive plan, but it's to hold a whole planet hostage to...
And at first, the Klingons are laughing at their house, like, oh, and then they see the bomb, they get all serious. Like, at that point, they're like, prove it.
Oh, they would be the leader, and I'm that leader. So they all fly under one banner under this one woman, and which never happened before.
And the thing, she's supposed to be deceiver lies. When's the deception?
Yeah, it never happened.
Another big part, like I thought. Where's that coming into play? Never does. We mentioned it in a few podcasts, actually.
Like, something's going to happen. She's going to betray somebody. Nothing.
No.
And then...
The fear lies is she was going to depend on Michael Burnham's stupid plan. That was going to work.
Yeah. So we get this whole, like, oh, we did it. And Lieutenant Tyler and Michael are talking, and they have their little kind of goodbye, and then Lieutenant Tyler's like, I'm going to go with her, the Klingon lady. And then Michael's like, what the hell?
First of all, she's already in a weak position. They see her with a human. They don't care if there's Vulcan in them. They're going to say, that's a human. They're not going to follow her.
Unless she can get, like, her scientist doctor people to explain what happened to him. But So he's a
Unless they
human.
put his memories back in him.
That's so dumb. What a dumb way to get rid of that character.
Oh, very.
What a stupid, stupid way to get rid of
Would it
Tyler.
make more sense if Ted just went back to Earth and then he's lived a happy life?
Yeah, went back to whatever he's from and go boating and
Boating in the fucking ocean, the Pacific Ocean somewhere, you know?
be a fishing boat captain.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. So it's just a way to get rid of the character in the dumbest way possible.
And he goes with her, and I'm like, okay. And then Giorgio's gone, and they don't even track her. I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna let this crazy empress go run around in the Federation freaking.
It's so funny
universe.
because when Giorgio's about to leave, well, she's deuces and she's on her way. Michael's like, "Be sure to be a good girl." It's so stupid.
The writing, like I said, it's Scooby level. It's amateur. It's stupid. It makes no sense. There's no logic to it.
So next time I'm gonna run for the presidency, and I'm like, I'm gonna blow up the whole country if you don't make me president.
And also, not only that, it's so dumb about it. If you look at that, it made sense when Volk on the Terran side joined the Volk there because their backs were to the wall. That made sense to me. How good that writing is the opposite of that. This is stupid.
So that wins the war. She basically, and everything's over, and then like, oh, we got like 10 minutes in the show. What's still going to go on here? And then Mike,
They go back to Earth.
The whole episode, Mike's been like telling that story about the girl soldier talking to the general. What's fear and how do you beat it?
One of them would have been Alice in Wonderland because she got that book. It should have been. I'm all stupid. Might as well make it Alice in Wonderland.
So this whole time, you feel like she's giving a commencement speech. So it's at the very beginning of the episode when she's telling the stupid story, which I don't even think is real. It's like a commencement speech, and we can see, oh, Tilly finally got to make cadet. Which is nice.
She's going to this about time. She should. Everything she's done.
So they're back there, and they're getting all their accommodations. And one thing I thought was kind of sweet was Stamets' husband got an accommodation too, even though he died like in the line of duty.
Oh, yeah, their relationship was actually getting better and better by every episode.
So I'm like, oh, that was a nice, sweet little moment. And then Suru got the Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
Because, hey, Suru you got the Medal of Honor. That's pretty cool. And they're there, and they're like, you know, we still Federation ideals and all that kind of stuff. But it's like what's done in the dumbest way possible.
Guys, this wouldn't happen this way. The Klingons would attack that woman, grab that pad. Okay, now we're gonna go attack Earth again. Why would? Oh, stupid.
So like everyone's like cheering for Michael Burnham, and she's like turning around, all awestruck because everyone's cheering for him. I'm like, what is that?
And then I guess Sarek's wife.
Yeah,
he ends up getting on her shoulder and talks to her.
Yeah, the Mike has a conversation with her parents and everything, and
no Spock. By the way, Spock's watching the Academy. What's going on?
Spock wouldn't show up for this. He hates his sister, right? And the way Sarek is talking to Michael, and this is where like the big Michael praise comes in. It all happens in that scene with Sarek.
It's like, oh, we went through almost the whole episode of not having it, and we got it directly.
And then basically, why doesn't he just say, "Oh, not like my horrible, terrible son Spock"? Why don't they just say that?
Because Spock was not one of the most amazing Vulcans in Starfleet history.
So we get them. They're going to go back to Vulcan to get their new captain.
Why can't they just make Cyril captain? Come on, guys. What? My best one before it was Lorca, but the real Lorca.
I'm back, suckers.
And I got those fortune cookies.
Yeah, the fortune cookies. It was a lie. So they're gonna go back. They're gonna go back to Vulcan. I'm thinking, well, the spore drive never got decommissioned.
Yeah, they said basically what Paul said. Oh, they want to do it without. They don't have to use a human for it. So we're gonna decommission.
And
they
just never figured it out.
Yeah, why can't we just? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It's so stupid. All these years and years and years and years throughout all Trek history, they never figured it out.
Yeah, because you're telling me in a situation, well, you know, with Voyager out in the Delta Quadrant, hey, won't we have that spore drive back 100 years ago? Let's do that now. Get her back. There you go. Get her back in 10 minutes.
100 years of advancement, they never figured it out.
No.
Stupid. Why couldn't it have been something where it got destroyed and it got wiped from the systems?
And Paul goes, I can't make it because it's too powerful if it falls in the wrong hands.
Something like that.
No! I just figured out a better way.
Give me the Back to the Future 3 ending where the time machine gets destroyed and it's too powerful to make it again. Okay, something like that.
And Doc Brown comes in and the friggin' train.
But no, they just say, oh, they shoved it. That's not how you get rid of a problem.
That's stupid. It's stupid.
So, you know, they're like, oh,
the old
they're
way.
going to use warp the old way. And then Ciro's like, oh, I don't know, does the thing acting captain. He should just be the captain. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb.
So they're going on their own. They're warping to Vulcan. They have Sarek. They're taking him home. They're going to pick up the new captain. Then this is where the nostalgia comes in. They get a signal.
Well, we even said something's got to go on.
Yeah, they're like, oh, there's a signal, but it's all garbled. We don't know where it's from. And they're trying to figure it out. And on the thing is, you see the
NC-1. It's got to be the Enterprise.
Yeah, it's got to be the Enterprise. Then they drop out of warp, and then they think, oh. And then, of course, Michael Burnham
goes,
it's the USS Enterprise, Captain Pike.
He would be captain at the time.
And then the two ships meet each other, and you see the actual Enterprise look all cool. And then that's the end of this.
And it looks like an updated version of the one from Kirk's time. And they play the original song from the theme. Yeah. That was cool, but the rest of the series, this episode was so bad.
Watch the last 5 minutes.
This makes up for it.
It makes up for everything, because whatever ideas any of the fans had about how this series is going to resolve would probably be a million times better than what actually happened.
Yeah, stupid.
Just awful. Just a stupid resolution. It seems super rushed.
Okay, here's another problem with it, too. Since the Klingons are unified, what if one Klingon now said, oh, screw it, I'm going to attack Earth anyways? Why would they all believe her? They're all different factions.
She has a data pad. Don't you get it? An unverified bomb.
I got this from the Apple Store, and you gotta believe me, damn it. I mean, what is this? I mean, darn it, sorry.
Yeah, but that's the thing that's ridiculous is, okay, now she has to keep that data pad on her at all times because wouldn't they just slit her throat in her sleep?
Yeah, it's full of threat. They would kill her. She doesn't have...
I thought maybe they were going to do something with the light of Kahless, and it's going to do something. Nothing. A data pad? That's...
Well, actually, it would be a funny way to do it, but Worf found it, and of course, they'd never been to Delta Quadrant yet. I mean, Gamma Quadrant, sorry. Is they found the Sword of Kahless there. That will unite the houses. Oh, it's the Sword of Kahless. That's strength. That will unite everybody.
Nothing, something.
This is stupid.
With all this Kahless talk, I thought maybe something with that would happen. No, nothing. Nothing. Not a dang thing.
So dumb. And why do the Klingons look the way they do? Please make them look like they're Klingons in the original show. That would be so much... Make like a genetic thing happen. Oh, we reverted back to what we look like.
So, worst episode? Yeah, just because...
Plot holes. And the thing is, now worse for the most part for the things that usually make this series bad. Oh, there's some good points here, but they're getting in the way of all the stupid SJW stuff. No, it was just a bad script. It was just bad. It
was a horrible resolution to this overall arching problem of this Klingon War. So this giant Klingon War, where Klingon were at the doorstep of Earth, and we never even mention it.
I want to now have an episode, I mean, unrelated to this, but 100 years from now when they're in their teaching class, oh yeah, and we stopped that war by giving a bomb to the Klingon Chancellor that she could threaten all them, that she could blow up the planet, they don't follow her. What?
It's the worst resolution. I can't believe it. It was so terrible.
And why did they make the Federation so weak? My goodness. And okay, Archer's time, they only had a few ships. They had a dozen ships. No, this time they have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ships. Where are they at?
They got their butts kicked.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe they didn't just let Suru continue to be captain. Yeah. So they're going to Vulcan.
Well, so it's funny if it was Spock. I know it wouldn't be. Wouldn't that be cool if it was Spock?
Well, see, there's Captain Pike. So isn't Spock on the Enterprise at this time?
He should be. It's close to around that time. That'd be cool. Why did you just get Spock from the movies? I'd be.
See, here's the thing. What I don't get is, so Spock didn't go to that graduation thing where Michael Burnham saved the universe. Spock just didn't show up. If he wasn't there, he was on the Enterprise, and then why don't we at least get something? Wouldn't it have been cool if it would have been like the messages garbled and it would have been all those science officers, Spock hailing Discovery? Give me something! No, it's just the ship and then a garbled message. Oh, come on!
All we know is Pike's on the ship.
Yeah.
So Chekhov has to be on the ship. Sulu's got to be... Some of them have to be on the ship by now. Something.
But that's how season 1 ends. So,
and McCoy, you're going to get bones?
So season 1 of Discovery limps to an end. Oh. Overall, the whole series is...
Guys,
D-?
Yeah, it's like the trajectory was going up a little bit and went back down again.
The Mirror Universe really turned things around.
That was just watch those episodes.
Yeah,
way better.
From episode 10 on.
Minus the Lorca Michael Burnham thing, which is disgusting.
He's gross, freaking. He's an inter-universe pervert.
Yeah, I know, right?
So I don't know. I have nothing else to say. It was just garbage.
It was complete garbage. I'm so disappointed. And it's that all this money spent on special effects. That's what gets me mad. It could be used in such a better series. And again, besides one Klingon ship, when the one on Earth did look cool, it had kind of the Klingon look.
It kind of looked like a bird of prey.
The kind of going out like bird of prey. The rest looked like terrible
garbage ships, junkers. Know what I would like for Discovery? I know I already got Greenland for season 2, but wouldn't it have been nice if they just move on to another ship, another crew, another time? Let this just be its one little story.
Oh, I know.
And just be like an anthology, just move on to
I thought that's what it was going to be. That's the rumor I thought.
I'm pretty sure they're going to keep following this crew around.
I don't want
So this crew is going to be more important to the Federation than the Enterprise ever was.
Because the problem is, it's fine if it's important in the future, not in that time. Enterprise is the #1 ship. Watch, they're going to diminish the Enterprise. I guarantee it. They're going to get season 2.
I don't know.
I don't want to speculate, but I guarantee it.
Whatever happens, Burnham does not deserve to stand on the bridge of the Enterprise. She needs to stay on Discovery. You don't deserve to stand where he stood. No, you don't get to do that.
Zero goes, no, it's not your way.
He stops her. You don't get to go back. Zero can maybe go over there and be a secondary, thirdary character, but Michael Burnham does not deserve to be on the bridge of the Enterprise.
I want to get another ship. Can he just get another ship?
He needs to be, after everything he did, shouldn't that like kind of auto-boost him to freaking captain status?
I know, right?
Or at least be right there in the running to where when there's an open ship, he can have it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You know what they're going to do? Oh, Suru, you're given a commission to have your own ship. I can't leave Burnham. She's just too important.
Oh, I hope not. That would bring him down so hard. Don't.
Guarantee
I've been lucky, Suru. Don't. No.
I guarantee it.
That thought. Please don't.
I guarantee it. She's just so special. So wonderful.
And again, we've seen so much of this Amuro, my goodness. I mean, she's almost part of the ship. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, she was on the ship for so long. So, overall, Orion's, we can see them. A lot of Orion booty, man and girl booty.
And the thing is, the planet was so dark you couldn't see the green. Besides the one lady with the guns.
Yeah, because they were like in that club and it was all weird. So we got a strip club in Trek. We got Klingons pissing on the wall with 3 streams.
Yes, yes, in Star Trek in the movie, especially the one where Spock finds his brother, which, by the way, we don't even know where he's at during all this Cybok, from the movies. When they go to that one thing, you see that cat lady. They imply it, but this one straight up shows it.
Yeah.
This is beyond implying strip clubs. It's like, oh, okay, geez, okay.
So overall, like it's
a 5.5 for me. Sorry.
This episode's pretty awful.
Oh, this episode's a 2. It's a 2. It's awful.
That's the worst in the series.
I'm talking about overall. The series about 5.
Complete all. It's definitely the worst Trek series. Is it better than the cartoon?
I like the cartoon. I watched it. I finished it 3 weeks ago. It's not bad. They had some good episodes. And it's a cartoon.
Yeah, so you have to realize it's meant for little kids.
Okay, the episode where the balloon and the Romulans fell for it and it was a balloon, it ballooned Enterprise. Okay, that's silly. But compared to this crap, this episode, it might as well be a masterpiece.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, Trek Discovery Season 1, we're going to miss you. We love riffing on you guys.
Yeah. I know, my goodness. Georgia, the Emperor's going to run around now. They're just going to let her run around and she's a tyrant. That's great.
They should have put it. They should have put a tracker on her, like she didn't know about it. Yeah. Just to make sure she's not going to go do bad things.
But it made more sense. Okay, we'll put you on like your own planet or something, and you get your own little colony, whatever. You want to live there, and you'll have all the men that you need, but you can't leave this planet because we can't trust you. It's like Khan, you can't. Trust
I'm glad Lorca didn't get back into the thing.
Hope he never.
Remember the little green fairy dust that fell on Tilly? What was that all about? I guess I don't know if they're going to set that up for season 2, but
I was probably going to not do nothing like they did with some of the other things we thought.
Yeah, and it didn't.
You're the great deceiver of lies, and we never saw that come to fruition.
Not at all. Not for one moment.
Oh, you mean when she threatened him by way of gun? Okay, you better follow me. I'll blow up the planet. What?
That's the way you rule, people. That's how you get things done.
Yes, I know it's the Klingons, but they're all fractured. They wouldn't listen to her. If they were all together, maybe. And even then, that's a stretch.
I don't know. I got nothing else to say. I can't think of anything else in the episode.
It's just complete. I mean, if you're a Star Trek person, you have to see last episode. Go ahead, but you're not missing much.
Geez, I got. If we'll do a wrap up of the whole season, and we'll talk in depth more about things, and maybe later on.
Yeah, and we'll do that, and we'll want to eventually do an Orville top 10 too.
Yeah, so we'll do something. The top 10 for Discovery will be more of a joke top 10, if you can have a top 10.
Your episode maybe is a 6.5. You're not doing good.
Your number 1 is a D-.
I just have to rewatch these. Oh my goodness.
No, we'll think about it, but I don't think I'll have to rewatch many of the episodes because once I don't know. But I gotta sign off. I got nothing else to say.
Yeah, me either.
So I've been your host, Crimson Sin.
15 PCA.
Thanks for watching, guys.
See you later. Bye.
Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like, sub, and share. Also, for the most up-to-date information about the podcast, follow us on Twitter at C15 Podcast.